Hi. Alright, so this sort of reaction video. This bloke's got some nounts in his head. No, he's not buggerising around. So, look, I don't know how to do these things with the screen-on-screen shit. So, this is my first attempt.
The process that I am about to demonstrate in this video is particularly dangerous compared to what I usually show on this channel. There's a risk of electrocution, blindness, and if those two things don't get you, poisoning. So this is a process that I hope proves educational for you to watch, but do not try this at home.
Unless that's what the end result's what you want.
Hi again, everyone. In this video, we are going to be using my carbon arc torch, which I built in my previous video, to generate a flammable gas
while we're talking?
by breaking apart water. Now, this is probably not the gas you expect. If you're familiar with electrolysis and electrolysis cells that generate an oxyhydrogen blend, that is not the gas we're going to be generating. I don't think you'll have seen this process before, and I'll be curious if any of you can guess what the gas is that we are generating as I show you this process. So first things first, this uses my carbon arc torch connected to my arc welder to generate.
Right. I'll just jump out the... These are quite far apart. Right. And he's using much longer cutting rods. My dear old dad brought home a couple of these. You would normally stick the ones I saw into a welder, and they're a cutting rod. And that's, I'm not sure what this one is here, but carbon arc torch, what is he producing? As he's just asked, I'm not 100% sure. Normally I'll be able to give you a better reaction than that, but yeah, we'll keep the play going. But electrolysis that he was talking about earlier, that would produce oxygen and hydrogen. There's H2O, so that's one hydrogen atom and two oxygen atoms. So let's see what he has to say.
An extremely high temperature electric arc under the surface of some water. And I've built a special tank here which is completely airtight. These carbon electrodes are going to be going through two little openings in the side of the container here, which have their tips under the surface of the water in this tank, so that when gas is generated inside, there's no way for the gas to exit this way. It'll have to travel through this tubing and into my gasometer. This is a device I built in a previous video about making wood gas.
Okay. He does have it almost correct there. Problem develops with his gasifier and his exit ports and everything else, in my eye, right? Oh, it's a reaction video, it's not, right? Probably wrong, but look, if that shuts down, this is going to pump back. But, and at that point, depending on what gas he's producing, carbon monoxide, I'd be thinking. But all right, let's keep going.
This is a really great storage device for any number of different gases that you might be generating with a method that does not generate those gases at high enough pressure to feed them into something like a high pressure propane tank. This is something that I will not be showing how to make in this video, but if you'd like to see how, I can link in the video description below to the video where I build this gasometer. So I'm going to turn this tank so that I have access to these two ports at the side, and I will put these carbon rods into this tank and start generating an arc. And
it's
we'll
almost
see
perfect.
if gas is produced. And then I'll explain a little bit about how this process is working. Okay, so my welder is now powered on, and In this tank is not distilled water, but it is rainwater that had some leaves floating around in it from a bin I have outside. So it's going to be mildly conductive, but an arc welder, which I'm powering my torch with, does not run at a very high voltage, so the water itself is not actually going to conduct very much electricity. We're only going to start conducting a lot of electricity when I actually take my torch and have it under the water and touch these two rods together so that they strike an arc. Now, when that happens, we're going to see some interesting things occur. So I'm going to go ahead and insert this torch, these two carbon rods through the ports in my tank, and get them to go down into the center. As I do this, I'm going to put my welding shield down because there's a good chance that I'll strike an arc on accident as I insert these rods all the way down into the tank.
Absolutely you will. No. Oh yeah? He didn't.
Okay, I didn't strike an arc on accident, so now I'm going to do it intentionally, and we'll see some gas start to be produced. Now you should be able to see if this gas is produced quickly enough. The gasometer is starting to rise, which means that it's filling up with my gas.
Oh, you're kidding me. Bloody ads. I will rewind. Whatever you're advertising, I will never buy it. It doesn't matter what it is. Goodbye. We'll go back to a couple of seconds. I've got to go see you.
Okay, I didn't strike an arc on accident, so now I'm going to do it intentionally, and we'll see some gas start to be produced. Now you should be able to see if this gas is produced quickly.
I'm going to start to fast forward shortly because we know what's about to happen.
That it's filling up with my gas.
Anyone guess what it is? Chuck it down in the comments, because I don't at this point. Ooh. No, you should be getting better than that. I know. Yeah. But just the carbon ends. Graphite? Graphite.
Now you should have been able to see the gasometer raise just a little bit. This is actually quite a difficult process to keep the arc sustained underwater. I actually had to turn my arc welder up to about 150 amps in order to get a fairly stable arc. And I could go even further, all the way up to 250, but at that point, you're really eroding these.
Right, let's see what we got. Hey, that looks pretty cool. Let's see. There we go. And as you may have been able to see, it did go up. Yeah, see, this is coming up. So he's definitely producing some sort of gas. Yeah, don't touch
Okay, well, you should be able to see that the gasometer is a good 6 inches higher than it was. So I've got
6 inches?
About a quart of gas in this internal volume of the gasometer here. And what I just did is I closed the valve that leads from the gasometer back into this tank, so that there's no way for this gas into this tank if I happen to get an air leak.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do...
So let's talk a little bit about what this
I need to fast forward some, guys, because I haven't got that much memory in my phone. Right, here we're getting back to, like... He's added a bit more to it from the look of it. Let's see how far we have to go. Oh, we've got flame going. Oh, he's burning the gas that's come off it. Ooh. I'll go back one more. Apparently it's just going to explode.
Just as a rough guess. So this is a great process if you want to generate a large volume of flammable gas quickly using an electric power supply.
As long as you're using solar, you should be able to get that fairly easily, actually. So it's a prepper's sort of device, possibly.
And there we go. The result of about 15 seconds of generating an arc underwater, we already have about 1.5 liters of
that's not bad.
Of flammable gas. So let's see how long we can run this torch at, well, let's say about half flow.
Don't boil your fucking, your billy. Ooh, she's got some colour. She's got a lovely red tip over the top of it.
I must have got some sodium, some kind of salt, into this tank in that last run. because
I
this
used to know
flame is definitely a lot more yellow than it was before.
bit on
which
camera
indicates
shows more
sodium
orange than red.
contamination.
Panther poo. Don't disturb my camera. You did it before. Yeah, that's got beautiful colour though. Oh,
Alright,
I'd love to
well, I
have
will
seen
put
what
a
he
link
saw.
in the video description below to the patent which I read that inspired this video, which again was suggested by a comment on one of my earlier videos.
hydrogen gas.
Big thanks to all of the people who have suggested video topics to me
Oh.
in the comments of my videos. I really
The water in
appreciate
there
that.
would be
And
highly
recently it has,
oxygenated.
really proved great. I've loved
There's
building
me
this torch, which
point
was
shoot.
suggested in a comment.
Yeah,
And
point
then
shoot.
this
Oh, let's jump out of that for a second. Look, I'm probably going to jump off soon. His gasifier is collecting hydrogen. What is in here below water level is a highly oxygenated mixture. Water. Dilithium, fucking some oxide shit. I can't give you the whole name of it. But look, he's brilliant. What he doesn't think of is what is still left in that. He's not going to use that in any way, I'll bet you. I'll get a couple more videos to show you, but we'll keep playing until I can...
project in a completely different
Oh, by the way, this video is not for children.
The torch project, and I was able
I'm
to,
showing myself smoking cigarettes.
as well. So I
And
hope
yes,
you find this
I'm not
project
sponsored by
interesting. I know
Metallica, but
I never
Saturday the
imagined
Shadow got.
that water could be split in this way in a method that uses something completely different than electrolysis, and yet still uses electricity. It's quite an interesting thing to me. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.
I'm getting in trouble for this. But
Our next guest is an Australian icon. He's been the nation's naughtiest puppet since the 90s.
Agro has interviewed prime ministers, pop stars and high-profile personalities. Now he is back out of retirement to celebrate his 30th birthday with a special
no kidding.
adults-only show.
I'm apparently somewhere over 50.
Yes, the ratings go up.
Ready for a 90s nostalgia.
Oh, this would be hilarious.
It's less painful than talking to you.
Agro and his puppet master Jamie Dunn have enjoyed an outrageous
And Jamie
ride.
Dunn is not the first Agro.
Hugely popular with kids.
But
The parents have
it's called
grandparents
Agro
who love
celebrates
Agro.
30 years with new adult-only comedy shows. Sunrise, produced by Sunrise. At the moment, there's only 86,000 views. And it was published years ago.
Success story. Agro's Cartoon Connection on 7 won 7 consecutive Logie Awards and dominated popular culture. Recently, Agro outtakes went viral, attracting 4 million views online.
That's just horrible, that is. And he's a married man too.
Agro Up Late, 8 for the kids. It's an adults-only comedy set to take Aussie audiences on a
Oh.
trip back.
Darren Hinch.
Oh, and the puppet himself, Agro, is here with us now in the studio. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sam. How are you?
Oh, good. Agro,
Oh, you're in
30
trouble,
years.
Sam.
You haven't aged a bit. It's television.
That's the best thing about puppets. We don't age. You should see what's down behind the counter.
30 years of age though.
Oh, no.
How do you feel? Young? You're still sprightly?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of sad that old Clive's gone, but when I go, unpick my stitching and lay me at the front door of Sunrise.
I haven't seen this, by the way.
Fame, Agro. You met some pretty big stars. Last night you were mixing it with celebrities again at the Arias. You even presented an award. How was
Yes.
that?
Yeah, I worked with, who was it? Peking Duck.
Oh.
Yeah,
Are you a fan of them?
I beg your pardon?
Are you a fan of them?
I didn't even know who they were.
They would have known you
That's-
though, Agro.
Oh, sort of. They were a bit spaced.
Bit spaced. I'm a bit spaced too. I've had a couple of
Speaking
drinks.
awards, though,
I recommend.
Connection
Yeah.
won 7 back-to-back Logies.
Well,
You're a
it's
television superstar. You're a legend.
Absolutely.
to do. It was just
Aggro
fun,
for
you know,
PM.
like Sunrise. It's just fun. Just turn up and do it and get paid for it.
Oh, you're right there. We don't win the Lokies though.
Oh, well, I'm going to fast forward all of this
We don't
one.
win the Lokies though.
No, you
Oh,
will,
Jacko.
mate, don't worry.
Jacko, Jacko.
Believe me,
Come on, come on, come on. Here we go. Next one. Probably ads because I don't pay for fucking YouTube. Fuck that.
Why don't you move the pond over there?
Skip the video in 2, 1. Yeah, this should be good. So you want to bury a shipping container.
Okay, you bought a used shipping container. You're
Oh, well, this is going to be part 1 of about 20, but
all done, right?
I need the...
I'm afraid not. As a matter of fact,
I'm coming around and going to turn her off.